Yeah, but she had to handle some things with the kids. But you guys, we have a very exciting episode ahead of us, so let's just jump right into it. Before Sean Diddy Combs was exposed to the world for sex trafficking allegations and domestic violence, he was in a very happy relationship with rapper Young Miami. When the news broke, everyone was anticipating and expecting Young Miami to speak out, especially because she herself was a victim of domestic violence. So, on her own podcast, Carisha Please, Young Miami finally broke her silence to speak her truth. Take a look at this clip.
So a lot of the things that people really like say about him, you didn't experience that. Is that the reason why when all of these allegations and lawsuits came apart, like why didn't you speak?
I can't speak on something that was my experience, and I can't speak on something that I don't know. I can't speak on these allegations because I wasn't around at the time. I don't know that person, and that wasn't my experience.
See, I honestly believe her. I know a lot of people didn't believe her. You know, they were like, girl, like, you know. But I feel like different people bring different sides out of you.
I believe
you know?
that.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe she caught Diddy in the moment of when he decided to heal, you know, not excusing what he did to Cassie. That was awful. But
or Kim.
And Kim, yes, and all of the other, you know, victims that have come forward.
Right.
However, you know, I find that narcissists typically veer more towards, or typically they attack more so people who they feel like they can take advantage of. And maybe Young Miami just wasn't on that. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, it was maybe something new for him, or maybe he, you know, wasn't there long enough to throw those manipulation tactics at her, and you know, all of this honestly really saved her, you know. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that people don't believe her. I just feel like people were looking for a little more from her, a little more juice, a little more.
I know I
the
was.
real and the raw, yeah, because she's from Miami, and I know how people from, you know,
they
you know.
Her answers were too polished for me, for it to be a tell-all kind of episode. And so, I do believe, they weren't together long enough for him, if he was such a monster that, you know, he's appearing to be. They weren't together long enough for, and women from Miami won't play that.
That's no brainer.
We're not playing that. So it would have took him a whole lot longer to kind of like, you know, get to that point with her. And honestly, she might have just got lucky. She might have got what she needed out of him and dodged a bullet. And amen for her.
He did definitely like bring her like career to a whole nother level.
And she did say being with Diddy was on brand for her.
He absolutely elevated her. For
not
sure.
only elevated her, but you know, when it came to her not, because everybody said, why you didn't speak out, what's wrong with a woman, a strong black woman saying, I need to protect myself. I need to protect my peace.
Like, can I just touch on that for a second? I don't think that there's anything wrong with her, like, wanting to protect herself. I do feel like when you invite people in, like when you're of such status and you invite people into your relationship or what have you, situationship, and you're literally at his concerts with a poppy, you know, like billboard or whatever in your hands, you know, like, and you're promoting it, then still stand beside him when everything hits the fan.
No. No.
Because
she got two babies.
What happened to my man?
No, she has
got two mouths to feed.
She has two children that are not his. So they were not together long enough for her to be like, oh, all of this bad, and it's not even like no traffic ticket,
right?
This is
human
trafficking
and sex
people.
trafficking.
And you did this, like she said, I wasn't even there.
Right.
So like I can't even tell you.
But how we know she wasn't there? Like, I mean, anybody could get up on a podcast that's their own podcast and write their own book at any moment in their life and change the narrative of people's thinking. Because like we just said, she didn't really say a lot. I mean, she said a lot, but she didn't really say a lot.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, Carisha, a.k.a. Young Miami, you know, we'll never know, you know, whether she's telling the truth or not, whether she was there. Whether, we can only go off of, you know, what she's saying, you know. And I thought it was pretty genuine.
That's what everybody knows.
that's with everyone. And I'm not surprised at the polished, responses that she had. Because at the end of the day, with allegations as big as that, the FBI was up in his stuff. I almost said the S word. Sorry. Was up in his stuff. Like the FBI. Like I'm pretty sure she's like, I want no parts. I'm pretty sure exactly. I'm pretty sure she ran all of her answers or responses through her PR, you know, and things like that. And on top of that, she has kids. She has herself. She's built her career from nothing. Like she comes from nothing. So like, I'm not surprised. And honestly, Diddy strikes me as the man who would be like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, just
100%.
Just go.
100%.
Yeah.
He helped her build that career, and she said it. They worked together. The kind of relationship they had, they ended up falling in love.
Yeah.
This wasn't their relationship was exactly what everybody talks about. Is this a social media relationship? She said it.
Yeah.
It was like, this was for looks. This was for looks. This was a business. This was a transactional thing. This wasn't love. We happened to fall in love later down the line, which is wonderful and beautiful. But at the end of the day, she's like, okay, I like you. I love you, which is new. But hey,
you got a lot going on.
You got a whole lot going on, my boy. And I really, truly feel like Diddy probably was like, bro, don't even worry about it.
And honestly, as polished as she was, and I know she didn't really dive too much into the tea, she's also a businesswoman at the end of the day, you know? And this is the first episode of season 2 of Carisha Please. I think like she's like, let me give you guys this little appetizer. You know what I mean?
So you come back for more.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I think in the next episode, she'll start, saying a little bit more. For sure.
Because you saw it on YouTube, and I was telling you, sometimes, when things happen, you're like, oh, why you did that? But,
right.
But
I can respect the hustle.
I got to respect the hustle because every time she was about to say something juicy, and she touched on every topic that everybody wanted to hear. She touched on it. She didn't go into it.
Yeah.
She touched on every single topic in that little old 30 minutes she had. But it was never like, but nobody could say like, I totally understand where her head was at. It was always, she's a great businesswoman. Yeah. That is exactly what, she was supposed to do.
She kept it cute.
She kept it too cute. But for it to be a tell-all.
I was waiting for the smoke and the juice, baby.
Right.
The tea. I wanted to know what happened with JT. Sister girl.
But before we move on to that, she did share a little bit of her experience with Sean Diddy Combs. So take a look at this clip.
What was your experience like, dating him?
Well, I met Diddy at P Party, and I met him when he was in a love era. And I met Diddy when the world was celebrating him and giving him his flowers while he was alive. Like he was getting the Global Icon Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Key to the City. He had a new album that was coming out. So I was celebrating him with the world. And I just feel like, why am I being crucified or why am I being separated?
I think there's this weird dynamic that people want some woman to have when they come up from being with someone. You know what I mean? And then that relationship ends because that person's name gets dragged through the mud. They kind of almost want you to give up everything that you've earned from that relationship too a little bit, Especially people who have been even in abusive relationships and they're like, okay, but you still kept the car, you still kept the house. Heck yeah!
No.
You know what I mean?
I think they target black women when they want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Black women don't deserve nothing in the people's eyes. So they expect, if they end up being with a man, they probably been with that man probably 2 weeks, 2 days. They want her to go gun-ho, he go to jail, she must be a prison wife. But when a white woman goes through something and they're a stay-at-home mom and they get this big house and this big car.
She deserved it.
She deserves half of everything and more. Okay, but it's not the same thing when a black woman goes through it. Oh, if her husband goes to jail or if he goes through something legally, you need to ride it out. That's your man. That's your man. That's not
what's
fair.
wrong with walking away but keeping, everything that you've earned from that relationship?
And
I'm all for
should.
And honestly, when you get into a relationship, you should be getting into a relationship with somebody that can elevate you, not someone that can bring you lower. You know what I mean? You should be getting into a relationship where you can learn something from someone, where you can profit in whatever way, whether it be emotionally, mentally, even monetarily. You know what I mean? So
I think most people were really just expecting Carisha to just like say the truth, like say what you actually witnessed, like say like what you actually went through, because like also she has Santana, her best friend, you know, who knows probably everything that happened behind closed doors and in the public, you know, like because she said like she was always grateful for him to be a shoulder that, you know, she could lean on and things like that. So I feel like personally, like with her speaking out, like if she did actually do a tell-all, she would get herself into big trouble.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, like she would risk losing everything that she worked so hard for. So I do feel like that's also why she kept her answers so clean cut. Like I said, I feel like she gave you just enough for you to come back and wait for her to say, to touch on those topics
again. And we never know. And because all of these cases are still very much so open, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the FBI are still gathering, you know, evidence to build this big case.
Yeah.
So
and if it comes out that she was ever even a part of any of those, anything that had to go
through the courts.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's the last thing she wants right now, especially because like a lot of her fans have turned their backs on her, her family, her friends.
But she started to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And this is also like you said, like this is the first episode to Carisha Please part 2, season 2 or whatever. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Revolt had, due to all of the allegations, because this was a Diddy show.
Yeah,
they canceled her.
I thought they would.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Wow. That would suck, honestly. Yeah, but because she had nothing.
It was her connection.
It
was her connection to him, and he gave her that show.
Well, I'm looking forward to Carisha Please season 2 for sure. You guys, we have to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching POV. Welcome back, and if you're just now tuning in, you're watching POV. So let's touch on a topic that's definitely worth bringing some awareness to. Let's talk about racism in 2024. Recently, there have been so many cases where people are being openly racist on social media. Here's one to start with: a Black man who went viral after he encountered a group of people throwing racial insults at him in a local street in Virginia City, Nevada. 3 arrests were made following the racist incident. Take a look at this clip.
Where the tree at to hang people at? Where is that? Where is the hanging tree at?
In your backyard.
Gentlemen, can I please?
No, no, no. He just said there's a hanging tree down there to hang people like me. That's racist.
That is.
That is racist. Y'all go take his back and he's being racist?
Right, well, this is humanism.
I'm doing a job and I did not disrespect you, not once.
Oh, man. Come on. Get out of here.
Where the tree at to hang people at? Where is that?
When I tell you this makes me so angry, like watching
Really?
that video, my heart.
Yeah.
You know, even like, you know, delivering the you know, intro to this, like at the end I was like, oh, I know this video is about to come, and it just boiled my blood.
Yeah.
It just really aggravates me that we are in 2024 and there's still people like this living. Like, it just really sucks. And these people are raising people, like, you know, kids who
to believe the
our
same
age.
thing.
Yeah, who literally believe the same thing a lot of the times, and
act the
hopefully
same.
they grow up and have their own opinions. But there's very much so people that are like that, and it's annoying.
Yeah, it's ignorant.
Very.
It's very ignorant. Like I hate that racism is still even a thing, you know, like I understand, you know, what happened, you know, back in the day, and you would think like when we got to the 20th century that things would have changed and progressed, and in some ways we have progressed, but obviously in other ways, you know, we have not.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know how I feel.
No, we
There's
don't.
a
Share with our
reason.
family at home.
There's a reason the Lord has blessed me not to be in any situation like this. I'll be in jail. I can't. I don't have it in me to like
turn the other cheek.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. It's something I just can't do in my soul, in my spirit, in my heart.
Janaya said, I just have to hit you in the face.
I'm just gonna have to show you where you, that tree you was talking about. We're gonna have to go and check on it together since it's in your backyard, huh? But I just feel like I just feel like when people don't understand that slavery wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't.
And people think it's biblical times. Like, it was so long ago. Some of these people are still alive.
Right.
Like, it's not even like, oh, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. No, these people are still alive. So, yes, we're still going to come across these things. And when you're thinking about states like Virginia and Georgia and these true southern states, it's more likely. That's where, you know, where people are still being killed like it was back in the day, you know, like, and it just boils my heart. It hurts my soul. And, you know, even though we're in a southern area, we're not going to encounter things like they would in Virginia.
Yeah, because those were like kind of like the last states where slavery was most so abolished, or the last states where
those were the states that slavery was abolished and they still were having slaves.
Oh, absolutely.
Because slaves couldn't read.
Yeah, or they found like a loophole to kind of make it okay, you know what I mean? So, yeah, for sure there are still living, breathing people who still have these ideologies, you know, or whatever they have, these beliefs, and it's just really, really aggravating, honestly. Yeah, it really boils my blood. And my heart goes out to this young boy, like, that he honestly had to go through this. Like, you were just in a town doing your job, and then you have these people coming at you, taunting you for the color of your skin, you know what I mean? And on top of that, when you react, you get gaslit. They so gaslit
all of them.
All of them. And they were laughing at him. The little taunting laugh, when I tell you. Oh my goodness.
Baby, come on.
Leave the woman was like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Girl, you know darn well what's wrong. Like, come on, BFFR. Like, that just really pissed me off. I'm sorry.
You kill me with this
BFFR. Yeah, it just really pissed me off. And then the daughter, you know, so the man, you know, that was giving this boy all of the racial slurs and, you know, saying all of these awful things to him, his daughter eventually had came out, and she was like, basically like not even defending, you know, the black guy, or she was basically on her dad's side.
Yeah, she just wanted the situation to stop because obviously these racist people are, honestly, I believe they're truly scared of black people.
Yeah.
I really don't think that they're like taunting us like because they feel like they're necessarily better than us. They're actually pretty scared of us. Let's be real. You know, so.
Yeah, because I doubt that man would have said that by himself.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no,
and honestly, there a lot of them. I feel like his wife was like, "Look, baby, you're kind of old. Calm down. You're not a young chicken no more. So let's not taunt this man. You know." And the daughter probably just came out and was like, "Look, I just don't want my dad in no problems." But she knows her dad's view, and hopefully that's not her view. But at the same time, what can she do?
What sucked was that woman who came out and said, "Do you not know where you are?"
Yeah.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? What do you mean by that? Like, woman, you know? I'm just glad there were arrests that were made for sure.
Yes.
Because
I'm not gonna lie, the statement I can't be mad at that statement though, but that's what I was saying. Do you not know where you're at? You're in Virginia.
Yeah.
No, they were in Nevada. Virginia City. Nevada.
Virginia City. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nevada.
You keep saying Virginia, and I'm like, I'm from Virginia.
Well, Gary has been charged with breach of peace. Janice, who was reportedly his wife, has been charged with battery. Tiffany, reportedly their daughter, has been charged with obstructing and delaying a peace officer. Johnson was gathering signatures for a proposed Nevada ballot, and that's how all of that started.
Yeah,
He was charged with breach of peace.
Yeah.
Because he was doing a
No, he wasn't. The
not the black guy.
No. I'm talking about the white man.
Yeah, breach of peace.
Ooh,
whatever
a couple
that
people
means.
need to be charged with that.
Right.
Everyone's sitting there, honestly.
I think breach of peace is like a slap on the hand. Like breach of peace, like come on.
Right. What can you really get with that?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's a hate crime.
Right.
Like I feel like you should be charged that should be a hate crime for sure.
Yeah.
Like not breach of peace.
Yeah.
What is that?
I feel like they only, honestly, I feel like they only really got charged because this video went viral. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like this happens probably every day or every other day in Nevada, in that area specifically, to black people. And I feel like had this video not stretched as far as it did, there wouldn't have been no consequences. There wouldn't have been no charges pressed. It would have just been like, all right, man, get out of here. And the black man probably would have walked off had it never been recorded in the first place.
And that's why you kind of feel like everything needs to be recorded now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
For proof. Unfortunately, like in the world that we live in, like if there's no proof, it never happened. And people can run off that.
Absolutely. And especially if you're in a sundown town, which this town kind of seems like that. Yeah. Everybody's going to cover, the butts. Each other. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody's going to be like, oh, I didn't see anything. Like, what do you mean?
That's interesting. What is a sundown town?
So a sundown town, this definition is pretty, but a sundown town basically is like a town that still has like the racist, ideologies, and like after sundown, typically like if you're a black person that's you're walking around, like there will be these like super racist like white people that will come and take you and hang you or do awful things to you. Yeah. So that's what a sundown town is. Now, for sure, look that up, but we do have another example of, a racist encounter. Take a look at this clip.
Oh yeah, you are on quesos. Who knows what the heck you doing?
You right.
Quesos,
you right.
Nigger.
You right.
You Negro.
You right.
You are a Negro.
You
look
right.
at you.
You
coming from books.
You
What
right.
people ask
You
niggers.
right.
Look at you.
You right.
Go get your ass and get yourself a job. You get out of the boat. You ugly slave.
Talking about you talking about a prostitute, bitch.
You are a slave.
Like, what is wrong with people?
A prostitute is really
not her saying like
crazy.
Go get a job and she's like a whole medical professional. Like, I'm confused.
And I'm not gonna hold you. She looked pretty close to black to me too.
Yeah, she's a literal nurse practitioner, and she was telling her.
That's crazy. And you know what? I'm so sorry to say this because I hate taking food off people's plate, but I hope she lose her job.
Yeah. Oh, she probably did, most definitely.
Yeah, I hope she lose her job, and I hope she lose her license. Because you don't have no business working with people when you act like that, because when you work with people or you work with customer service or anything of that nature, you need to be open to everything and everyone, no matter your skin tone, no matter your race, no matter nothing. You need to be open because you are literally there to provide a service. Yeah. That's it. You're not there to judge anybody for anything.
You can't. But I feel like that is part of... she's a person that you kind of fear to come across when you're a woman, or because she's in family medicine. A black family goes in,
so and family medicine would have hit her right in her neck.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We a little valid, but no, like you go to there, and because you're colored, you're fearful that you're not gonna get the best treatment.
She is colored. Are we missing the point that she was not white?
Yeah.
She on paper would be considered a colored woman. Yeah. So for her to be coming at another woman like that is
outlandish.
Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you cool? Is everything all right with you? Like, because that was crazy. I've never seen that video
I just
before
don't
today.
see what skin color has to do with anything. Like, if
With
someone
you
makes
helping
you
somebody.
upset, yeah, like, why are you calling them racial slurs? Like, you know, I just
so
don't
ugly.
get that. It is
In
just
your
so
scrubs.
ugly. If you're gonna, like, attack someone, attack their character.
Come to the parking lot.
Right. Attack what they're doing, or attack their character. You don't have to attack, like, what they are, who they are. I just think that's so, like, ugly and nasty.
You know what?
And
I hope
really
she don't
says
got
a lot
kids
about
too.
you.
Yeah, I hope she don't have kids that like, because the internet is so open and so free. I really hope she don't have a little girl that will watch her mother do that to another woman.
Yeah.
It be those.
Yeah, it really does, honestly. Well, I don't know. This just really sucks. My heart honestly goes out to anyone who was involved and anyone who has ever experienced racism. Because it honestly isn't fun. I really hope, like, the world can just become one place where we can all just be happy. And, like, you know.
And your beautiful bubble world.
Yes.
I just love that for you.
The world would be so beautiful if we could all.
It'd be so much better, honestly.
Yeah, it would be so much better.
I just want to live in Miriam's world.
We do.
You guys, we are running out of time. Catch us back here Monday here at Afro TV. Bye.